Hey everybody, it's Lebo with Lebo's Pinball, and today I've got something really, really crazy I'm gonna try. So I'm in the middle of working on a couple games. A lot of you guys have been watching some of my restoration videos, but we're taking a break just for a little bit to try to play around with a little something different here. So I'm dabbling around with something called ChatGPT. Kind of wondering what this is all about, but so anyways, ChatGPT, what is this? This is generative pre-trained transformer. So what are we going to do? Well, this is something interesting where you can ask it a question and just see what it says. It's taken some information that it already has, and it's kind of just artificial intelligence. We'll see. So let's just kind of give this a little bit of a try. I've kind of thought about some questions here. I've got my laptop here. I'm gonna try loading some things in here and just see what it says. I've not put any questions in. This is completely fresh. So this could be really interesting, or this could be kind of junky. We'll see. All right, so I've just got a thought. Let's just type in, what is a pinball machine? Let's just see what it says. What is a pinball machine? All right, let's see what it says. It says something went wrong. All right, let's try that again. All right, let's type this in. What is a pinball machine? Here we go. A pinball machine is a type of arcade game that consists of a play field, usually made of glass or plastic, with various targets, bumpers, and other obstacles. The objective of the game is to score points by hitting the targets with a small metal ball that is propelled around the playfield by flippers controlled by the player. The game is typically played for a certain amount of time or until the player loses all their balls. And the player with the highest score at the end of the game wins. Pinball machines have been popular since the 1930s and continue to be enjoyed by many people today. So, yeah, pretty straightforward answer. Now, that was not a hard question at all, but, we need to kind of start throwing some other things in that may be a little more subjective. Let's just see what it says. So I've got another thought. All right, so if you're kind of new to pinball and you're thinking, hey, what do I need to buy? Where do I get pinball? What is it? So let's type this in. Let's see, what pinball machine should I buy? Let's see what it says. This could be another snag, or it could be really cool. Let's see. Choosing a pinball machine to buy can be a personal decision based on your interest, budget, and available space. There are a few factors to consider when selecting a pinball machine. The theme, oh my gosh, it's throwing so much stuff here I can't even read it all. All right, theme. Pinball machines come in many different themes, such as sports, movies, music, and popular culture. Think about your interests and what theme would be most appealing to you. Condition. The condition of a pinball machine is really important. That's true. If you're looking for a used machine, make sure it's well maintained and it's in good working order. If you're buying a new machine, consider the quality of the construction and its components. Features. Pinball machines have a wide range of features such as ramps, multiple flippers, interactive toys, and modes of play. Think about what features are important and what you would do to make the game more enjoyable. Budget. This is very important. Pinball machines can range in price from a few $100s for a used machine to several $1,000s for a new high-end machine. Consider your budget with what you're willing to spend. And then the space. Pinball machines can take up a large space, so make sure you have enough room to accommodate it. Ultimately, the best pinball machine for you will depend on your personal preferences and your priorities. It may be helpful to try out different machines at an arcade or a show before making decisions. So that is actually really good advice. So I'm thinking about the responses that it gave here compared to what I would think about. The budget's a major thing. You got to think too about, I wanted to say about maintaining a game, and if you have problems, if you're trying to troubleshoot things, can you figure it out yourself? You know, how savvy are you with troubleshooting? And even if you don't know, just jumping in and figuring it out. I mean, there's lots of people to help out. That's how I've learned, is just through others, and I'm always willing to help out others. So you're thinking about maintaining a game, and some of the older games, old EMs, they are a different animal compared to solid states. They've got their pros and cons. It's just, what do you want? Is there a nostalgia thing that you like about it? That wasn't really mentioned here, I don't think. But that's, there was good advice here, but there's more to kind of think about. But anyways, all right, let's go on to the next question. Let's kind of see if we can get this thing even more interesting. Okay, so being that I do a bit of work on restoring pinball machines, and for myself and for other customers, and just for fun in general, I'm thinking about, a question is, what is involved with working on a pinball machine? So if you're going to get one, you're like, okay, what do I need to know to do? Is this something real simple? Is it changing the oil on a car? Or are we rebuilding a motor? Do I need to understand everything about how this works? Or is it somewhere, very basic, just replacing some maintenance things? Or is it somewhere in between? So let's just see what it says. So I'm going to say, what is involved with working on a pinball machine? I'm laughing because I cannot wait to see what this says. Oh boy. Here we go. Oh, it's really thinking about it right now. Working on a pinball machine can involve a range of tasks, from basic maintenance to more complex repairs. All right, agree. Here are some of the tasks that are involved with working on a pinball machine. Cleaning and maintenance. Regular cleaning and maintenance are important to keep a pinball machine in good working order. This can involve cleaning the playfield, replacing worn rubber parts, lubricating, moving parts. Be careful on that one. By the way, lubricating machines, oils and whatnot, stay away from it. You're just going to make a mess. So when it says to lubricate parts here, for the most part, I'm going to disagree with the sentiment of what it's trying to say on that. So that's me kind of chiming in on it. All right, troubleshooting. Pinball machines can develop various issues such as malfunctioning flippers, stuck balls, or dead switches. Troubleshooting involves identifying the source of the problem and making repairs as needed. That's very general. Some stuff can be extremely difficult, but some basic understanding of how it works, what's going on, and you've got to realize you've got a big heavy ball that's bouncing around constantly. It's going to induce fractures on solder joints, just wear in certain areas, some dirt and buildup that happens. There's some things like that happen that just a little bit of maintenance, you can recover it. You can clean it out and you can be fine. So, all right, let's move on to the next thing. Repairing and replacing components. If a component of the pinball machine is broken or worn out, it may need to be repaired or replaced. This can involve soldering, replacing fuses, that's easy, or light bulbs, or replacing damaged wiring. Well, sometimes you'll have broken plastics, that's pretty straightforward. But some of the mechanisms, if they're not moving really well, it's either something's come loose, something has worn out, something has gotten dirty. Just understanding the way that it's supposed to work, and just observing how it's supposed to work, it can be pretty intuitive to try to figure some things out. Getting parts can be tricky. Some things are very available, and then you're going to have like some pieces that are just not. You have to improvise somehow. Okay, adjusting gameplay. Pinball machines can be adjusted to change the difficulty of the game. This is true, such as the strength of the flippers or the sensitivity of the tilt mechanism. The tilt bob, you can adjust how sensitive that is. That's truly a part of or the whole thing. But some other adjustments to the game as far as like how strong are the flippers hitting. Part of that has to deal with like how tight do you tighten up some of the switches on how responsive they are. If some coils that are stronger than others. Different types of bands that you use, whether you're using traditional rubber or silicone or the poly bands that are sold like from Marco Specialties. They all kind of play into the dynamics of the game and how it all plays. All right, let's keep moving forward. So upgrading or modifying the machine. Some pinball enthusiasts enjoy upgrading or modifying their machines. This is very true. It's such as adding new playfield toys, installing new lighting effects, or upgrading to a digital display. So yeah, new toys. So there's gadgets and certain things that you can add to games to, give it a little different effect. Lighting, to me, if you've watched a lot of my videos in the past, you know how important that is to me. You want to be able to see what you're doing, and you can have certain lighting effects that can really give you nice feedback to the game. Upgrading to a digital display. So some of the later games, in the early 90s went to a DMD, a dot matrix display, and they were all monochrome, just the amber color. Typically, most of them were. But going to a color DMD, that's a modification that a lot of people do now. It's a little bit costly, but it looks really good and can add a lot to the game. But that's one of the other things that you can do. But anyway, so working on a pinball machine requires some technical knowledge and specialized tools, but many repairs and maintenance tasks can be learned with practice. This is true. There are also resources available online and in print to help with troubleshooting and repair. So I would say overall, the response that came back here is pretty good. It's a good response. All right, so now we're really going to mess around with this thing. So some of you guys know some really old pinball machines back in the late 40s when pinball totally took on a new life with flippers. That was in 1947, and then all through the 50s. If you know anything about Gottlieb pinball machine and EM machines, all the games developed in the 50s was developed by a man named Wayne Nyans. So Wayne was a fantastic game developer, and he passed away actually not too long ago. But now, I'm kind of wondering if he were still around and he were to develop a modern pinball machine, what would it be like? So let's see if we can break this whole system here. All right, so here's the question I'm going to load in here. Hypothetically, if Wayne Nyans had developed a pinball machine today, what would it be like? Let's see what it says. Says it's working on it. Oh my gosh, it's loading something up. Let me read it to you guys. Wayne Nyans was a legendary pinball designer. Oh my gosh. Who created many classic games in the 1950s and 60s. If he were to develop a pinball machine today, it's likely it would incorporate some of the design elements and gameplay features that he was known for, such as simple but effective playfield layouts. Nyans was known for creating playfields that were easy to understand but challenging to master, with clear shots and satisfying targets. Innovative features. Nyans was known for introducing innovative features into his designs, such as the roto target in his 1956 machine Rocket Ship, which spun around to reveal different targets. Number 3, eye-catching artwork. Nyans machines often featured colorful and imaginative artwork, with themes ranging from space, travel, to westerns. Classic gameplay elements. Nyans machines often included classic pinball gameplay elements, such as drop targets, kick-out holes, and pop bumpers. And number 5, incorporation of modern technology. Yeah, he was always looking at modern stuff. I agree with this. So while Nines was known for designing electromechanical machines, it's possible that a modern day Nines machine would incorporate modern technologies such as an LED, lighting, digital displays, and interactive toys. Yeah, absolutely. All that. He would definitely incorporate all the stuff they're doing today and think of new cool stuff. There's no question in my mind. So I would say that the responses here I agree with, and I think that just some of his innovation would crack it even further. There'd be some other stuff that a new game would come out and you'd just be like, oh, cool, just some new neat ideas. So, all right. So what does it sum up with? Overall, a modern day Nines machine would likely be a combination of classic design elements and modern technology with a focus on fun, engaging gameplay, and eye-catching artwork. I would tend to agree with all of that. So anyways, that wraps it up really for today. I just thought I would play around with this whole GPT program, and I've really never messed with this before, but it's a little bit of a breakaway from some of the other work that I'm doing. So I'd encourage you guys to watch some of the other videos. We're going to jump back in on some of the work that I'm doing right now. Actually, I'm working on a Gottlieb bankball game right now. So anyways, thanks for watching, and stay tuned, and we'll see you soon. All right, see you.